Good afternoon on what is a warm, bright and sunny day. It is Sunday the 5th of May and I'm in the reading nook with a nice hot cup of tea. And, of course, a box to continue unboxing. What I've got here is the Yellow Book of Brechewold. This is a Lamentations of the Flame Princess adventure published by Lamentations of the Flame Princess, and it's actually one that I worked on. So, wizards are not wise. If you enter the halls of Brechewold School for Trickery youths, expecting to catch the winds of magic in your sails and harness them under the guidance of the master navigators, guess again. The winds are hurricane gales, and as for the navigators, well, they're looking out for themselves. Let's hope that your puny vessel can weather the storm. The most help you can expect from your professors is the odd tip-off about what can be found in the murky depths below the castle or its enchanted wooded environs, and pray you do not upset their schemes. Wizards are not wise. The Yellow Book of Brechewold is a campaign supplement for Lamentations of the Flame Princess and other traditional tabletop role-playing games. It answers the question, what if Jack Vance wrote Harry Potter as a sequel to T.H. White's The Once and Future King? So that's an interesting combination, because you have some kind of like the Baroque sort of post-apocalyptic fantasy of the end of the world in the dying earth, versus, you know, the schoolboy magic prodigy boarding school fantasies of J.K. Rowling, and the legends of you know King Arthur by T.H. White. That's quite a combination, and all, of course, in this really bright, vibrant yellow. Not quite chromium yellow, but still. So we've got the credits page and another shot of that castle with the contents page. Quite a lengthy contents section, actually, because it's quite a long book. And then we are into, essentially, we've got a nice overview of the castle and the surrounding forests. We've got an introduction and then a guide on how to use the book. You know, given up by a handy raven perched across atop a handy skull. And then we are talking on character options, notes on various creature statistics and so on, magic NPCs, and advice for the referee. So setting everything up for the campaign. And then we basically looking at the overview. We have various different conflicts. So, you know, between fight over Merlin and Arthur, Nimue, Ambrosius, and Morgause, a French spy, the Necronomicon. So you've got a bit of Lovecraft mythos in there as well. The Giant Brothers. Okay, the Merry Band and All Authority versus All Authority. The Mutiny, Rhiannon and Ambrosius. Okay, so you've got, you know, a great kind of melange of different legends thrown into the mix: Arthurian, Robin Hood, and so on. And then we move on to the school itself. We've got the campaign structure, how that is set up, essentially academic year by academic year. And that's a well-worn kind of setup for campaigns. So it's been done, if you look at Pine Box University for Savage Worlds, is one. And that essentially that maps the 4 different levels of character progression in Savage Worlds onto the 4 years of university in the States. You have the similar thing with the Miskatonic University for Call of Cthulhu, and so on. And here we've got the masters of the college, all accompanied by their own stats, details, and portraits on the walls. And more detailed notes about the faculty, including Ambrosius, the headmaster. And these are fully detailed, nicely done NPCs. Quite a lot of detail. So if you see, for example, for Death Comes Back, the Necromancer, you know, essentially you have a section on his how his appearance, when he's apparent, when he's hidden, what the courses he's teaching, and then basically points about him down below, essentially secrets that he keeps. And does this again and again for each of the NPCs. And then we've got a list of the other occupants of the castle, Brechewold and the school. And then we begin a detailed description of the castle, which is kind of like a very kind of classic fantasy castle with that great drawn-out moat over a chasm, sat on basically a big rocky knoll, great towers. I mean, almost like Neuenstein in Bavaria. And then we look at the dungeons below, and just a nice shot there of a trapdoor leading down to the dungeons. Cellars, and then the location descriptions for those cellars. The internal maps, they're a little, well, they are a little plain, little higgledy-piggledy as it were, so not necessarily easy to read as they could be. Next section we have is an aviary, and of course, in keeping with the book, the Yellow Book of Brechewold, the bookmark is bright yellow. Here we have an orrery, so basically somewhere for studying the progress of the planets and the stars. And these are all quite detailed, nicely broken down, lots of details that well, there might be strange characters encountered like the visitor. Antiquities and alchemy, so there's another section for school, including there's a gravity chamber and a water chamber. And an archive and a ruin section. And a binary gate. So the thing is, when I edit these books, I don't always get to see what they look like until they're actually in my hands. So in this is the case of this one. So I've not seen it before, I've not looked at it before it came to print. I really focused on the words. So I get to see how good these books look afterwards, and they're always a bit of a surprise. So we've got a demonium. And these are all locations ready to be explored, essentially during the player characters, the pupils' downtime, in between lessons and duties and homework. Crystal Cave. And then we leave out and go outside, we've got the forest. So we've got like a hex crawl, but it's done in quite a, not a top-down view, but a sort of like, not quite isometric, but sort of similar. So we've got a guide there to adventuring in the forest. Look, descriptions of the various locations. An abbey of Our Lady of Perpetual Obstinance. And here you meet the merry band of Mary's outlaws. And there is, of course, a Black Knight who will be encountered along with Saint Asclepius, patron of the wood. There's the Black Knight. And then got a listing of the treasures by location. So the Orrery, Antiquities and Alchemy, Archive and Ruins, Ammonium and Crystal Cave. List of all the forest locations. So this is all kind of handy reference for the Game Master to use. Faculty. Resources in table including, you know, what food's available. Recipes, including one for sucking pig. There's one, and then for sucking vole pie, I should say. List of food during by season. Inspirations in terms of the books that the Game Master might want to look at. Obviously, it's a mixture of sort of like games. Is King Arthur Pendragon by Craig Stafford, and Mutants in Avalon by James Wallace and Kevin Sembi-Eder. List of the movies and so on. Demon Generator, useful in this campaign and out. A Knight Errant Generator, including their heraldry. And then characteristics of the knight himself. So we've got and including also one for fairy knights. And creating students and other NPCs. Tables of encounters in the Spring Forest. Spring Forest encounters. Summer Forest encounters. So that's nicely different. That's also going to go quite well with the food things. So you've got that by season. Now you've got encounters by season. Winter encounters in the forest and so on. And dungeon encounters. And that's it. That is the Yellow Book of Brechewold. Published by Lamentations of the Flame Princess for use with Lamentations of the Flame Princess fantasy role-playing. Well, I hope you enjoyed that unboxing in the Nook. If you did, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings of the Nook, where you will see me out here with a box containing a book or game, in this case, a campaign setting, for Lamentations of the Flame Princess fantasy roleplay, which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook. I'll be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.